Season Showdowns, a best of 5 between between Flying and Rain. Winner goes Dallas. This is it. This is game 5. This is where the cookie crumbles. I don't know how many terms I can come up with, but this is an important game, Nick.
It is 2-2. This is, I believe, the second series we've had that's gone to game 5. You know, the first one, the Protoss prevailed, and I can guarantee you that a Protoss will prevail as well in this game number 5.
How can you possibly guarantee that?
Well, I figure when there's 2 players, one of them is going to win, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Wait, yes.
So either Rain's going to win, and a Protoss will win.
Okay. Because Rain is Protoss.
Exactly.
Right.
Or Flying's going to win.
Yes, and Flying is Protoss.
Exactly.
Okay, so you can guarantee a Protoss win. Got it.
There we go.
Got
Perfect logic.
Got it.
Why don't we introduce these guys?
What if the neutral creatures decided to rebel?
Revolt? Unlikely.
What?
Protoss
It's
is too
possible,
strong.
so how can you necessarily guarantee?
Protoss would smash him with an iron fist, man. You know. So
I can't even find the neutral.
Here's some pretty cool lore.
Okay.
So the Protoss were genetically constructed by an ancient race called the Xel'Naga. They're constructed to be like this powerful embodiment of living being, and like some Darwinistic natural selected neutral creature could compete with that. No way.
Yeah, it's a good point.
I mean, I guess Terrans are competing with them, but
I mean, ultimately these guys are ripping each other apart, right? So does anyone really win in the end?
Well, whoever gets a trip to Dallas wins.
Yeah. Okay.
There we go.
Fair enough.
Whoever wins gets a trip to Dallas, free trip, and one of only 32 people to compete for a $75,000 prize pool. It's a great opportunity. Both players scouting this game, but unfortunately for Mr. Rain, he's scouting in the wrong direction.
Of course, Rain is the red Protoss player in the bottom left-hand location, and his opponent in the bottom right, it is the blue Protoss player, Flying. We're seeing Flying getting that probe in to his opponent's main base, trying to see what's up. These 2 gases, a gateway, a core, 1 pylon. There's the second pylon going down, or the third. The second pylon's over there on the right side of the main.
You know what's Flying is actually saving up a lot of chrono boost on his Nexus. This is...
Oh my gosh, he is.
That's a lot of chrono boost.
And warp gate's already started. Okay, there's the chrono boost going down.
Okay, I thought he was going to do some weird mass warp gate attack. It's not weird in lower levels of ladder. 4 gate's like the most common build, but
sure.
Considering you got 2 gas and at the pro level, proper force fields usually can deny that. It would have been weird at the pro level to see a 4 gate these days in PvP. At least on there's some maps you see it, but on a standard map. But he actually chrono boosted the gateway once, but now he's chrono boosting more on the warp gate, so it's definitely going to be warp gate aggression. He's cutting an economy to really get that warp gate fast and normal, adding in more gateways now as well. Yeah, it's definitely aggression, but it's not like that all in 4 gate. Perhaps some people expand behind this. Some people, I mean, yeah, you have to expand because if you tech, your tech is going to be late, so there's no point doing it. I mean, there is a point,
Look,
but
we have a Twilight Council again.
Ooh, you know what?
Is this StarCraft again?
It is. I mean, why would you go blank? DTs are so much cooler.
Yeah.
Like it's
that makes 4 out of 5 games.
It's one of the players DT rush, yeah. Or you could say 4 out of 10 of the build orders used for DT rushes, right?
Yes.
So it's definitely
Is it 2 per player? I'm trying to think.
Yeah.
I guess that makes sense.
Yeah. So DT rush versus gateway aggression with most likely expansion behind it. There could be a struggle to actually not die to DTs here on the part of Flying, assuming... Oh, wait, but Rain only has 1 sentry and 2 Zealots. At the very least, Flying will know exactly what's going on as soon as he pops up this round.
Yeah, I mean, Rain is going to have to warp in a DT defensively, but the Dark Shrine is only halfway complete. Force field going down there.
Oh, using the hallucination to get a high ground vision, sees exactly what's going on. As soon as you see the 2 Zealot, 1 sentry type thing, he knows. He's got to be starting to robo right now, right?
Yeah, he is.
Okay, yeah, there you go. I mean, that would be insanity if he wasn't.
And he's even get a scout.
Oh, and look at this. Rain's pulling back the Mothership Core. Very, very useful for defensive course. But he's going to take some probe losses. Flying is in the base, picking off... actually...
Got to be careful, I think.
Wow, the probes dodged the stalker attacks by jumping into the gas.
I like it.
Oh, Photon Overcharge.
Onto the Nexus there. Going to try to help defend against Flying, and it's going to work. Flying's going to back away. Meanwhile, Zealot trying to
Got a couple probe kills, I think, but not too significant. The question is, how much damage can the DTs do? At the very least, you know, Flying was planning to expand very fast. Had to give up that plan, at least until he gets detection. He does have force fields.
He's already started force fielding.
Yes, he is. He's preemptively doing it. He wants to. Oh, now he can see the blurs. Oh, DT gets in.
Observer's about to finish.
Oh,
here.
you know what? I think that was intentional. He let the DT get, and he can force field trap it from the probes. No, he's actually just gonna keep the force fields. Taking a couple probe losses, 4 probe losses. Just, you know what? I feel that was intentional, but I feel he didn't think he'd lose 4 probes. I thought he. Yeah. I think he wanted to let it in so he could kill it. Because if he did one more force field, most likely would have ran away, assuming that there would be observed round time at that point. But I think he didn't anticipate DTs are actually that good at killing workers.
Yeah, and now that he discovered they are, he's like, you know what? I want some of those things.
Yes.
Putting down a Twilight Council of his own.
What a play there. I like it, man. You normally people expand behind that DT pressure. I mean, in this case, Rain didn't. So
Rain should come back and just throw down the second Dark Shrine.
Yeah. What beats 1 Dark Shrine? 2 Dark Shrines. Because you know what happens? They kill one of those Dark Shrines, and then they figure they don't need detection anymore, so they don't. You kill their observers later in the game, and they're like, yeah, whatever. You know, I'd rather build more Colossi or Mortals or whatever. And then you just warp in like 20 DTs at once and kill all their Nexuses at the same time.
I like it.
Brilliant plan.
And then you lead them to scout your other one, but then you build a third one.
Yes.
So like you put a Dark Shrine in the top right and the top left, and you like bring a probe to them, and then the stalker is trying to follow the probe, and then you run the probe to the top left, and they kill the Dark Shrine. And they think they're safe, but there's the other Dark Shrine at the top right. High level play.
It's all mind games, man.
High level play.
All mind games.
All right, so Rain is up 62 to 51 in supply, putting down that natural expansion. Someone went Dark Shrine. Okay, yeah, Dark Shrine about to finish here from Flying.
Oh, this is really unfortunate for Flying. There's a couple things that happened here. So he had his observer placed at the bottom of the map in order to make sure that Rain didn't have an observer going across the bottom so his War Prism could get through undetected, right? But unfortunately, Rain had an observer that didn't go across the bottom, but like for some reason jumped down, like once it got part way across the map, and it spotted that War Prism. So even after all his meticulous care, I mean, it's just cool. This is something that like these guys are so good. They're like thinking several steps ahead, and it's like they're each doing it, so it like cancels itself out, and you don't notice it. But like these guys are actually really sick good.
3 stalkers here in the main, but look at this. The War Prism actually getting in here. The observer, in theory, kind of.
It was a lure. It was a trap.
Away. Yeah, but I don't. It's not going to matter.
But there was a DT in a natural, got a couple kills, forced all the probes to run away.
Very nice.
Really good multi-pronged harassment. Is it gonna escape too? Or no, it's gonna keep doing damage because observer's stuck trying to defend the main.
Yeah, I think there's only 1 observer.
It's up to 5 kills. A lot of mine time is being lost by Rain. And this is what Flying needed, because the opening I feel didn't go quite his way. Losing to 4 probes wasn't terrible, but the fact that he really wanted to expand fast, and he sacrificed tech to do that, but then he couldn't expand fast because of DTs. So he would just end up being behind in tech. But now I think he kind of equalized things. Going forward, this is going to be a really, really close-fought game. And
Flying actually did a lot of damage with the DTs. He's up on Harvest 42 to 36, 12 workers killed there.
Oh, DT coming back to the natural again.
He's going to get swiped
away. Yeah, down. We know it was kind of a setup. He's doing a natural, seeing what's there, and then he's going to check the main. Of course, there's units in the main as well. And I know Rain's not going to... Oh, he sees 1 Stargate.
He's trying to hide Stargate.
Oh, did he see the second one? I don't know if he did. Why don't we check his vision here? Did he see that second Stargate?
He did.
Oh, he did. Did he click on it, though? He might have just assumed it was a gateway. Well, he is getting blink, so that's good.
Well, I mean, I think this is a great time to talk about, like, what should the reaction be? I mean, Heart of the Swarm. Your opponent's going double Stargate. Probably Void Rays, but you scout a Phoenix. Is blink the best reaction?
There usually be a couple of Phoenixes to harass, and then I like it. I think
at first it's fine.
Yeah, I think.
But then as
blink.
the Void Rays scale up.
Yeah, you don't want to mass stalkers in PvP. Yeah. If you can tell it's not gonna be a fast game. The one thing that's really important for double Stargate, you gotta be base up. Stargate units are insanely cost efficient, but there's a big lull where they're trying to build them that they have no map presence. So if someone goes double Stargate, you want to immediately take your own 3rd base, and then you just deny them from taking 3rd base for a little bit, and then yes, they're going to have a really cost efficient army, But you're going to have 6 gases, you can get a whole bunch of storms, you can get double forge upgrades, and you can kind of compete with it just by a brute force perspective. And I mean, he could easily, instead of those 3 gateways, those should not have been. I mean, what are 3 more gateways going to do? He's not going to kill Rain up the ramp. Most or actually, wait, maybe this is another good idea. Actually, he could just go try to kill Rain
before significant amount of Stargate units get.
But if he was going to do that, he again should not be getting Blink. He should have gone Charge and Archons to support the Colossi. So that's a little bit of a conflict because I don't think Blink's going to help him too much trying to attack up a ramp. It's still, I think, you know what though? I mean, with range Colossi, this could work, man. This could really work. He's got, but there's a lot of Immortals. He's got to make a lot of Zealots.
Yeah.
He keeps warping in Stalkers. This is not going to work if you keep warping in Stalkers.
Well, I mean, the logic behind the Stalkers being, you know, let's have a way to deal with the Stargate units.
Yeah, but I mean, yeah, that's a logic. I mean, that's a logic.
You would prefer just a bunch of Zealots and then maybe High Templar Storm.
Or no, I mean, if you're going for attack, you don't have time to get Storm. So.
Oh, I see. Well, yeah.
But you need some Stalkers, but you can stop at 8. I mean, how many Stalkers does he have? He's got like 20 or something.
You really think that's enough against?
Yeah.
He's got 4 Void Rays.
Yeah, I mean, well, the thing is you can just warp in Stalkers during the battle 8 at a time, right? Like you can come into battle with like 5 Stalkers.
Yeah. And
then warp in 8 more, so you have 13, or you know, it's Stalker. You can easily mass Stalkers if the air is too strong, but what you can't do is lose all your Stalkers to Immortals and rebuild an entire army. It's much easier to do it the other way around. So I feel like this attack would absolutely 100% win him the game if he had less Stalkers and a lot more Zealots. Like there's nothing. Rain could not beat this if there was a lot. But as it is, the Immortals coming in.
Let's see what happens. There's the prismatic alignment from the Void Rays. Let's see how powerful they can be. Time Warp going down from the Mothership core of Flying. And we have Photon Overcharge onto the Nexus there from Rain. And a pretty interesting battle happening here. But look at this.
4 Immortals,
Flying
man.
is going to be shoved away.
He is, man. These Immortals are just obliterating the Stalkers. I mean, he just got pancaked by Immortals. Now he's down by 40 food. He's hustling to retreat, and he really put all his eggs in one basket with that attack. That attack had to basically kill him. Oh, there was a warping into main though, getting a couple more kills on these Zealots. I missed that, but I don't think it's quite enough. I mean, he needed more than that. He needed to basically win the game with that push because now the Void is going to keep massing. He doesn't have amazing well,
I'm actually surprised that Warp doesn't get in there.
Yeah.
Because there's still Phoenixes in that.
I mean, there was so much going on there at the front.
Sure.
It's kind of a distraction.
You know, if anything, having those Zealots in his opponent's main base prevented Rain from just running across the map. Just sprinting across the map and killing it.
It did, so it keeps him in the game. But,
yeah.
I mean, when you do a really committed attack like that against someone going double Stargate, like, the weakness of double Stargate is that lull. There's like a 5-minute lull when they're weak. And so you either want to kill them then or get a big economic advantage.
And I think he's got it both Stargates, right, when they were getting up in the first place.
Yep, so he went for that kill punch, right? And that was a great idea. It's just army composition was totally not what he needed to actually do that kill punch. And now that 5-minute gap isn't there anymore. And Rain's got this amazing mass Void Ray army. And you know, Flying, he hasn't killed him. Obviously, the game's still going on, and he doesn't have an economic advantage. So he's in fact, he's having to build cannons just to stay alive.
Yeah.
Oh, look at this, top right. This is exactly the right move. And when you're behind like this, you've got to get an economic advantage, but you can't leave your base because you'll die. You take the ninja expansions.
I like it. You know, as long as you can secure your natural, make sure that doesn't die. Obviously, if you're fortifying that area. The ability to take a third isn't going to be great at this point, at least at its natural location. So you got to try to hide it. But look at this little pro here.
Oh, Rain, so smart. Knows that really he's ahead this game. Doesn't want to charge into a choke with photon cannons, but needs to make sure his opponent has no third base, and he takes a third himself.
Wow. And
all he's got to do here is just play deny the third game, and he's going to go grab this one for a win. Flying, he's moving out on the map though. Blink over, get the observer. Yeah.
Oh, you know what would be cool if like Rain had an
army had like all his Void Rays there, and then blink over and just get massacred because they have no support. That would have been cool. The observer, Flying's observer was back for now. I might not even spot that.
Yep.
Phoenix is scouting around the mid again, trying to see what Flying's up to. There goes the Templar Archives. I mean, he's got to get a Storm out there, but he really needed 6 gases, and I feel like I don't know what he should do, man. I mean, his Ninja Expo was spotted.
Yeah.
You know what he should do?
It's such a tough position to be in.
He should make another Ninja Expo, but first he knows there's a unit patrolling around that spotted. Go kill that probe off, and then you know what he should do? He should take a Ninja Expo. This is where he should take it. The top left, like, third base.
Top left third base. Why? That's really close to his opponent.
Yeah, that's the idea. Like, Rain's never going to scout that one, right?
The closer you are to your enemy, the further you are away from danger. You know what movie is that from? You know what movie that's from?
I know I've heard that. I don't remember the exact title.
I think Hobbit.
Oh, Lord of the Rings, right?
Which
yeah.
one, though?
The first one?
No.
Second one?
Yes. You're just gonna go through the first one, second one, third one, fourth one, fifth one. Eventually, I'll say yes. You're right, Nicholas. There's your credit.
Yeah.
It was said by Pippin when he was sitting on Treebeard.
Nice.
Explaining the logic of wanting to go back to the Shire, and he wanted to show. We're getting too much into the things.
But yeah, I think it would have been great. Of course, Rain actually did end up scouting that, but it was the least likely one to be scouted. I feel like, and it's not like directly in the path that the armies will take crossing the map. You know, so he's just taking his own third base, and this is the point where Rain should just go in and kill the third base of Flying.
Yeah, I'm like actually really surprised that he's not keeping a very close eye on that. Like he sees it.
Yeah, you know, he's finished. He knows it's there.
The issue is how do
maybe
you...
he was waiting for Nexus to finish.
Yeah, another issue is like there's ramps leading up to that, so it's actually a pretty safe third, honestly. So, but does Rain have the force at this point where it's like he just shouldn't care and just?
Well, you know, he doesn't have to fight up a ramp. What he can do is he can push towards the natural and occupy that open space in between the natural and third, and then to send like a couple units to the third to kill it. That's typically the way you approach these tactically. Is you know, even if your opponent has an unbreakable position, you can always entice them out to fight by attacking something else they're obligated to defend. Oh,
Rain thinking about going.
Yeah. So he's doing it. He's gonna set the concave and then send. Oh no, he's actually gonna go for it. Okay. Yeah.
Pretty decisive.
Yeah. So what he's doing right here is just great. You just contain him to the natural, right? And then you just send like.
Oh, you kill the third.
Yeah, just send like a couple zealots there, or whatever. Oh, there's the 4 zealots, but okay. Yeah, go kill the third zealots, and then just go fight him when he comes out.
What a challenge for Flying this is going to be, but here comes the engagement. Rain coming forward, but Flying is just going to back up into his natural expansion.
Oh, beautiful time warp there.
And Rain is just, he's not wanting to come in, but he's getting the damage done in his opponent's third base.
He is. I mean, that's all he needs to do. He needs to keep the army occupied. Warping from, actually, Flying's going to go in third. This is where he should send more units to the natural right now.
Yeah.
And then he could occupy the high ground.
There are cannons there, though, so it's...
Yeah, I mean, those look like pretty good, though. I don't know, Rain's going to hang back here and sit around at max. I don't know. I feel like if he lets Flying max out, there's a chance he'll lose. Well, I mean, I said that, then looked at Flying's army. It's like all stalkers, which
isn't necessarily good.
No, you never want to be stuck with a lot of stalkers like in PvP. And looking at, I mean, Rain's army is just so many Void Rays. He's even got a lot of Archons, got a lot of Immortals. Flying though, actually Flying has an upgrade advantage, doesn't he? Or no, he doesn't. I lied.
They both have +2 weapons. Flying does not have charge. Rain does have charge.
I'm curious as to why Rain is not upgrading his Void Rays.
Yeah, I mean, you figure if you make this many.
Yeah, I think he's just. I don't know. Maybe he just figured he's waiting for his opponent to leave. But you know, that type of mentality. Flying can come back in this game. The supply gap's closing, and I mean, Rain's knocking out this top right nexus. But I feel like
it's tricky because I would say he's giving Flying some room to come back here, but then I just, again, as you said before, I look at this unit composition, and I don't know if he's taking the right steps here to properly counter the composition of Rain. Like, I think I would love to see a lot more High Templar. Yeah,
I mean, that's definitely the ideal situation. I think what he's kind of stuck is in he feels like it'd take two minutes to get High Templar, and his opponent's at his doorstep, right? And it's like, yeah, that's true. I mean, Rain can attack at any moment, and he wants to max out his army first, but even if he maxes out his army, it's just not going to save him. There's just so much Void Rays.
Yeah.
This many Void Rays, you've got to get a ton of storms. You've got to harass their army with storms before the battle even really occurs.
I think kiting might be fairly important here from
Yeah,
flying. I mean,
if
he
you can-
has the poking units, the stalkers. He has the colossus, and if he can just slowly kite away as you know, as flying or as rain heads towards him. then
Look
that
at
could be good.
what Rain's doing. Beautiful Void Rays in a natural, getting rid of upgrades, trying to send Zealots into the third as well when the army gets distracted. This makes Flying scared. Flying can't lose his third.
Wow, he's gonna kill this Nexus.
He is.
He's trying to back up some units here to deal with this. A little bit tentative though.
Because he doesn't know where the rest of Rain's army is. And if he sends too much, he loses his third. And his third's his only mining base.
Rain has to be careful here. He doesn't want to lose these Void Rays.
Look what Flying's doing. He's waiting. The Templar's going forward. If he gets the feedback on the Mothership Core, then the blink,
no recall.
there'll be no recall.
Uh-oh,
Is he gonna do
Templar
it?
coming forward. Gonna go for the feedback. Oh, he still got the feedback.
Yeah,
off.
but the recall got hit first. So. Man,
cool.
that was
really
like,
cool.
If he hit that recall like a second later,
Yeah,
he could have lost all those Void Rays. And if he lost all the Void Rays, this game
that's
would be
a great point.
It would be an open-ended game. I mean, he's ahead enough that it wouldn't instantly lose, but it would be a very open game. Fly might even have an advantage.
Rain said YOLO and went for it. I mean, that's one of those things that's very dangerous, but it kind of worked out for him.
Rain sends his whole army to the top left, where this DT's killing his Nexus. And then he realizes he doesn't have any detection in his army, I think. And he just, his army
Like,
goes there, stares at the Nexus getting sliced, and is like, well, sorry, buddy, can't help you there.
Yeah, poor Nexus.
I can't believe he doesn't have a single observer in his army. He's building one now. He's got some somewhere on the map, I imagine.
That could be a cool strategy. Trying to make sure your opponent does have a detection, and then just sending a bunch of DTs in there.
Yeah.
That could be good for fun.
You know what's weird? It's like a TVT, those late game Cloak Banshees. You know, PvP, those late game DTs. Like people forget about them, right?
Yeah.
No, they still can do some damage.
They stick around.
Flying's trying to take his own fourth base now, which he kind of has to do. He's still no storm. He's got one Templar, but there's that's just for feedback on a militia core. I think that was the one he saved for that. I mean, the problem is just he's got Stalkers, and Stalkers are Void Rays. You know, why don't we take a look at the army value tab, see who actually has a strong army in that regard.
Let's do it.
That's always something fun to check out late game. So, it's fairly close. Rain's ahead by about 700 gas. The minerals are the same. So the army values are fairly close, but the composition cost efficiency is much higher. And Rain's actually adding his own Colossi. Brilliant move because... you know, we talk about the Stalkers not being very good, right? Mm-hmm. But there's a bunch of Archons in this composition. And you know what? If with the Colossi and Zealots and Archons, if you lose all your ground, right? Then the Archons can actually kill the Void Rays, because Void Rays don't do bonus to them. So he needs his own Colossi so he can kind of compete on the ground as well. Just so the Archons don't get in there and do too much havoc. Both players is happy to sit back, and I think at this point Rain's like, okay, this is fine, because I'll just add in, you know, he's been trading with some of his Zealots, he's going to add in the Colossi, and he's going to have everything. Look at his army.
It's scary.
It's like he's got his own Archon horde, a few Zealots to tank, he's got the Mortals there too, so as soon as he adds in the Mortals, I was thinking weren't going to be good, because they'd just be fighting Zealots and Archons. But now with his own Colossi, the Colossi can kill the Zealots and Archons fast enough the Immortals will actually be able to get in there and do something to the armor units.
We have a War Prism drop here in the main base of Rain. We got 2 DTs, 2 Zealots, and the Forge going to get taken out. Twilight Council will fall soon after, I'd imagine.
Also, getting some damage done, man.
Yeah, he's also attacking in the third up there.
Taking out a couple cannons.
These units on this map everywhere right now.
You know, Flying, throughout all this, so Flying's established his fourth. He's got defended. He's got Forges getting upgrades there. He's got Militia Corps to defend 2 cannons. Rain's just been getting pounded by Harass. Wow. Flying, man. He's,
He wants that trip to Dallas.
He does. He wants that trip to Dallas. Rain's fourth is up now, but, I mean, how many probes does he have? I think he's lost
32. Wow, 32.
That's not very many.
Yeah, it's not.
I mean,
it means like you can't. Like the issue here is going to be just replenishment.
Yeah. So that's the issue is that he doesn't have income to replenish his army. The flip side is his army is like
massive.
Yeah, I mean, he's maxed out. He's getting 3 more Void Rays in the production tab right now. I mean, yeah, it's... There's 2 theories. One is you want to be able to replenish your army quickly. Another is, like, you just never lose the battle, so you don't need to replenish your army because it's just that big, right? But if he gets constantly whittled down by harass, that's where the replenishment kicks in. Even if his army can't be stopped, the harass. Look at this, and more probes going down in the 3rd base of Rain. These Zealots just wrecked havoc. The Void Rays are so ineffective against Zealots, man. They're just...
7 Harvesters for Rain.
So, I mean, he's been reset. What Flying needs to do now is find a way to solve that army.
What about, like, just sending the Blink Stalkers to counterattack? Like, around the top, take advantage of their mobility and then replacing them with either High Templar. He doesn't have the biggest economy for himself either, though.
Yeah, he's got to do a base trade type technique because he's got better economy and more bases, right? Not a great economy, but better economy and more bases. But he can't touch that army, so he's got to go for base trade. You know what I think he should do? He should go for killing the detection and winning the game with DTs. So maybe even going to Phoenixes, and you know, I mean, he doesn't have the income. Like, if you get ranged Phoenixes, you can actually, like, kite Void Rays, the ranged Phoenixes in Hearthstorm. It's kind of funny. Which may, like, I guess he kind of has to do that, because this army is so hard to stop. Again, into main. Killing more buildings. Rain has an observer there, and it's just like, well, guys, I can see you, but...
can't necessarily do anything about it.
Too broke. This might trigger Rain to engage, and this is... Fly needs to avoid an engagement because this army is so devastating for Rain.
It's a Time Warp.
Oh, I like
Flying.
the Time Warp. If he can split the army up.
Second Time Warp, but it looks like Rain is a little bit inside, but he's going to go for it. Void Rays coming in from the top side. Immortals as well. Archon Stalkers and Colossi here from Flying, trying valiantly to defend. But look at these Void Rays just carved through this army. Prismatic alignment being utilized here from Rain. And look at that. The entire army of Flying melting away. And I think that might do it. Rain up 127 to 49 supply. There's the GG. Rain's like, you know what? I don't care. You killed every single one of my probes. I don't need an economy because my existing army, my standing army, is just so much better than yours. Rain showing the power of late game Void Rays there in that PvP.
He was. I mean, just a massive army there for Rain. Flying, I liked what he was doing. He's like, I'm way behind. It's like I'm fighting a grizzly bear unarmed.
Yeah.
So I'll just keep poking it, and eventually it'll bleed to death from these tiny pokes, right?
Yeah.
But when you're doing that, you gotta remember to dodge the bear claw swipe.
Yes.
Rain went with the big army, just did the big bear claw swipe, and Flying's like, maybe I hurt him enough, I can go block it. And no.
He tried. He even had perfect Time Warps there.
He did.
Too.
I mean, the micro was amazing. It was just way too much.
It was amazing play there from Rain, able to take down Flying, and again, he gets that spot in Dallas, Texas at the Winter Championships. You're gonna see Rain there, and it's gonna be awesome again. Rain taking this best of 5. 3-2, very impressive. Of course, the pressure. Imagine it. Game 5, being able to come back and win that. Very nice play there from Rain. You're going to see him at the Winter Championship. So that concludes our day of awesome PvP action in Heart of the Swarm. That concludes our best of 5. Again, Rain winning 3-2. Make sure to subscribe to youtube.com/officialmlgse2. And we'll see you guys next time.